Okay, welcome back. This is your MMA Academy Online. It's your kickboxing level 3, your change-out video. We're here at Blitz Athletics in South Philly with Jake Skelly, and he's going to show us some Muay Thai kickboxing. So the floor is yours.
Thanks, man. So we're going to talk about two different things today. The first thing we're going to talk about is a shoulder roll. We're going to use our opponent's three-punch setup. It could be a jab, cross, hook. We're going to roll under the hook. We're using a three-punch setup because it's easy to put it into practice that way. But in reality, you can use any of this just off of rolling the hooks. Keep that in mind. So the first thing, again, riding the shoulder. I want Ken to throw a jab, cross, hook at me. I'm going to slip. I'm going to slip. And again, as I'm going to roll under the hook, here's your traditional roll. He'll throw it. I just stay here and I come up to attack. I want to use this opportunity to create an angle to attack Ken that he can't see, and it's harder for him to defend against. So he throws his jab, cross, hook again. 1, 2, 3. Now, as I'm rolling, you're going to notice that I want to take my back leg, I'm going to step it to Ken's lead hip. What that's going to do is it's going to turn my body. It's going to give me this angle behind him. So let's do that again. 1, 2, 3. Now we're behind him, we're riding his shoulder. Cautionary note, his rear elbow can come behind. So I got to be prepared for that. Keep this hand high. Let's show that from another angle. So we're now going to be attacking this side here. So you get a better angle of my turn, but it'll be harder for you to see what's going on with the hands. So 1, 2, 3. All right, so now that you've seen that again, let's talk about the attacks. Now, once we start riding the shoulders, we're going to use that angle change, what I call rotational flow, to land some good attacks. The first one we're going to do is going to be an overhand. We'll call it a lead overhand, but it kind of becomes different in the moment. You'll see now. Jab, cross, hook. I'm coming right under, all right? I'm catching him inside as he's throwing. Now I can time it a little different as well, and I can kind of wait for that hand to pass and come right over the top. 1, 2, 3, and attack here. So there's two ways that you can do it. You can come inside or outside. Let's show that one more time. 1, 2, roll in. Let's do it out again. 1, 2, roll out. So those are your hand attacks. And in my opinion, that's the most effective one. What we'll play around with next is a leg attack off this rotation, right? So he throws his jab cross hook, and I'm able to switch into a really powerful body kick. Let's show that one more time. 1, 2, 3, boom, right? And that's a really hard one to handle because you're rotating in the moment. You're not flexed to prepare for it. It's more than likely going to knock the wind out of you. One more thing that I'm going to add on for this would be for your MMA fighters is how we can use this roll to attack on a really hard to stop takedown because of the angle. When we hit our 1, 2, 3 roll, I change my levels. And if you know anything about wrestling and jiu-jitsu, you're already on the legs. I'm running. It's a very powerful one. It's hard to attack. It's all about timing. You really need to be confident in your entry. So, boom, 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 and run. So that's what we have. We have two concepts again. The shoulder roll, right? Riding the shoulders. 1, 2, 3. I ride the shoulder. Really, if he tries to follow me and turn back in, I'm just going to follow around. Again, being aware of that elbow. Let's talk about it in a little bit of open space. Right? 1, 2, 3. I'm here, right? He's going to look to follow into me, right? It's going to be hard for that. So he's going to look to spin. That's okay. I exit. I'm really aware of what's coming. All right? The next thing is using that flow to land a strike before he's ready for it. Boom, 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 boom. And finally, your takedown. So that's what we've got. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you so much. We'll be back in 2 seconds with another technique. Okay, welcome back. This is your kickboxing level 3. We're here with Jake Skelly again, Blitz Athletics. So right now what he's going to do is he's going to show us a foot technique with the takedown. Go ahead. The floor is yours, Jake.
Thank you. So we're going to talk about teep defense. And I love to catch teeps, and I like to make people pay for them. And if at any time that I can throw someone in a competition, it does a couple things. So let's talk about the philosophy of why we want to throw someone first, right? So I want to throw someone because it hurts. That's one. Number two, you're getting thrown in front of your friends and family, which is embarrassing. So it's going to hurt your confidence a little bit. And then three, you have to stand up. It takes a lot of energy. So if you're in competition, and anytime you can throw your opponent in a legal rule set, please try to, because it can change the fight, and it does look good in the judge's eyes. So keep that in mind. We're going to play around with a hand trap system on a teep defense. If you notice that I'm changing my grips, it's because it's very important that you pay attention to the hand trap here. If Ken throws his lead teep to me, right, I need to make sure that my lead hand traps on the bottom for his teep defense. So let's talk about the teep. He lands on my belly. I don't want that, right? So I'm going to catch it. Lead hand under the heel. My rear hand goes on top. The reason this is important is because I'm going to open and turn my hip and pull Ken's leg through my armpits. Watch the dynamic, the structural movement here. Boom, it falls through. If my hand was reversed, I would pull Ken into me, which is a very bad place to be. There are hands and elbows in there. I do not want to pull someone into that. So we need to be very careful of the hand placement and pull. The next thing, after I pull it under my armpit, I'm going to rotate behind him and grab his hip. I am a little cautious of this hand here because I'm really not doing anything to stop it, but I'm moving myself out of the way of it, okay? Keep that in mind again. Lead, rear, open, and turn. Did you see how I dropped my shoulder and showed him my forehead rather than my face? That's how I defend against this lead hand attack that I might walk into one more time. If I walk in open, I could potentially walk into an elbow. But if you notice that my head turns a bit, I drop my shoulder. So I'm a bit more protected. Okay, now I want to show you this from another angle before we return. Same leg, lead attack. Boom. Ken's hip is underneath my leg. I need to springboard here to lift him. What I'm also going to do is use this hand to lift him again, which is going to make his whole foot light. And then I drop him down. And in competition, I throw him. But I like Ken, so I'm not going to throw him. Same angle, same leg. Now we can do the exact same throw with his rear teep, just a change of the hands. I need to pull it into my armpit and then lift. Let's show that from the other angle now. It's his rear teep. Should be easier to see. Without getting too complex, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of a different hand placement. Instead of grabbing at the hip, we go across the throat. Rear, please. We'll do that another time.
Thank you. And stay tuned for a little bit more in a minute. Hey, welcome back. We're back at Blitz, and we're here with Jake Skelly, and he's going to give us a continuation of the technique that he promised us that he was going to give us. So the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you. So real quick, let's review the teep throw where we reach behind at the hip and elevate using our own leg, just so you can kind of remember the basis for where we're talking here. We're going to work off of Ken's lead teep, only showing this once, so try to pay attention, right? So he throws the lead teep. My lead hand traps the foot on the bottom, and my rear goes on top, which allows me to pull him across my headline as I exit behind him. Boom. From here, I'm going to use this leg to lift, but at this hip, and then I bring Ken down. Now, I'm a big guy, Ken's a big guy. That could really start to weigh on me conditioning-wise in a fight. If I can create that trap system and if I can get it in rhythm in the fight, there are other things that I can do that are less stressful on me, okay? We're gonna use the same leg attack to begin this. So lead seat comes in, I catch. Instead of coming across at the hip, this hand is gonna reach across the neck as this leg walks in behind his leg. Now I'm posing here because I want to really reinforce what we're doing. We're trapping his back motion with this foot. If I remove that, Ken can simply hop backwards. Go ahead. Good. Okay. Now that's only part of it. See, this is going to push. Now if I trap but have no push, I can just kind of lean and he's going to hop away, right? So I need to move his spine and his head, his chin up, his head backwards, his spine backwards as well, as I trap his exit, which would be a hop. Let's try that again without the wall. A little bit more smooth. Ready? Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Now I'm sweeping that foot in a little bit. I want to be really nice to Ken because this can be a big fall, which is why we saw the first one kind of stumble a bit. Let's do this one now at a little bit faster speed. Make sure we don't hurt our partner. Good. Big throw, not a lot of energy used on my part. Let's turn so you can see it from the other angle. We're still using the lead teep system. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, now I want to show up from his rear teep because it's the same system, just a change of the hand placement. My rear now goes to the bottom of his heel. My lead hand goes to the top. I'm pulling him to my rear heel, or hip rather, as I float and turn behind him. This hand across the neck. I'm blocking with this foot. That's like really. Yep. Let's do that again. Better speed, okay? I only do this one more time because this seems to be my money shot inside, right? So let's turn so you can see it again on that rear. Now that's how I tried to catch him, and it did help his fall. You ready, Ken?
Oh, great. That was awesome. I had to compliment him on this in the last one because it was beautiful.
So thank you guys. If you saw the one stumble, understand that can happen when you don't have full confidence in it. You don't have confidence in your partner yet. If you notice that, as Ken and I kept going, our confidence built, and we could throw each other more smoothly, and we're both fine. So this is something that requires a lot of practice and a lot of patience, okay? So keep that in mind. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys, and stay tuned for 2 weeks from now, your next change-out video.